one final time in 2016, the Pirates will play here at PNC Park. And tonight, in the home finale, they will take on the Chicago Cubs. And welcome into the booth. Joe Block and Bob Walk with you here this evening. And last night, a special one here at the old ballpark. In our second to last game here, it was a memorable one. A cycle here for the first time when John Jaso hit the homer, the triple, the double, and the single all in one night.
It's a lot of fun, too, I think, Joe, when somebody hits a cycle like this and they leave that triple to the last thing. The other stuff kind of happens in a hurry, just single is a single. Even a home run, it's off the bat, and then a couple seconds later, But the triple takes some time, and it gives you time to root and to think what might happen. As this ball's going over the center fielder's head, you're thinking, do something crazy, and then the ball sticks underneath the fence, and that allows Jaso to get all the way to third base and complete the triple. Really a wonderful end to the night. A lot of fun to watch that game.
And only the second Pirate in Pittsburgh to have a cycle since the 40s. So an unusual occurrence last night. And here tonight, Ivan Nova, who has been good overall as a Pirate, gets the nod in his final start of the season.
Well, Ivan Nova set the bar awfully high in his Pittsburgh starts, that's for sure. Early on, he wasn't walking anybody, didn't give up any hits, just went out there and would dominate. Last couple starts, he's been knocked around a little bit. But I really expect him to put things back together tonight, throw a lot of strikes, and if this happens to be his last start for the Pirates, it's going to be a good one.
We'll see if Nova can be super again for the Buccos. Final game here at PNC Park. One more, then the road. It's the Pirates and the Cubs, and it's coming up right here on Root Sports. PNC Park, Ivan Nova set to get the start for the Pirates here tonight. One final time here in Pittsburgh before the Pirates play 3 in St. Louis to conclude the regular year.
Always like that shot right there. It looks like the ball just leaps from the hand with a straight line right to the glove.
Starling Marte signing some autographs before the game. Fans coming out to get one last look at the Buccos in person. And here first, the lineup for the visiting Chicago Cubs, brought to you by Honda. Tommy La Stella is the leadoff man tonight. Albert Almora Jr. Addison Russell is highest spot ever in the lineup. Wilson Contreras, another rookie, or a rookie I should say, in left field tonight. Javier Baez at first base. Caesar, Fedorovich, Kawasaki, and Zastryzny. So some unfamiliar names in the Cubs lineup tonight.
Take a look at the numbers for Ivan Nova. They're brought to you by Hyundai, and not too shabby, that's for sure. The walk numbers at 28, that's not very many for 156 innings, but that doesn't even reflect how good he has been as far as a strike thrower wearing the black and gold.
Yeah, just 3 walks in 10 starts. I mean, how difficult is that to do? I mean, just.
Well, it's easy to do, but it's hard to do and not give up 15 home runs.
Oh,
so that's a better point. That's the thing is, can you throw that many strikes? Can you not walk people and not let the opposition hit 400 off you? That's the hard part.
And a lot of quick outs from Ivan Nova, like that one right there. And here's the Honda defense. We already saw Josh Bell, and Alan Hansen making his second major league start. He's over at second base. The rest of the infield along with him, Gung, Mercer, and Freese. Sean Rodriguez out there in left with McCutchen and Bell. And Eric Fryer back behind the plate for a second night. Albert Almora Jr. Saw him standing in center field last night when John Jaso ripped that extra base hit off the wall. It turned into a triple, and his night turned into a cycle. Well, Nova's thrown the 4 pitches and has gotten a couple of outs, and he may want to move quickly tonight just in case we get any more showers.
Yeah, it's definitely a threatening sky. There are pockets of rain all around Pittsburgh, but right now we're in the eye of the storm. We'll play baseball as long as we're dry.
Yeah, just a little brief shower, nothing very heavy, but right before game time, maybe about an hour before. And so maybe with the possible inclement weather looming, you'd think Nova's maybe trying to move along quickly, but he does that no matter what. Now 7-pitch, 1-2-3 first inning, and the Pirates coming to bat, looking to take an early lead. Kids a little bit better than you were raised, right?
Yeah, it's a good point right there. Yeah, it's too late for the old guy, but young one's growing up right.
Here's the Pirates RAV4 lineup for tonight. Jordy Mercer against the lefty leading off as he's done earlier this year. Bell and McCutchen Gung, Sean Rodriguez, red hot. David Freese batting 6th. Alan Hansen at second base with Fryer and Nova, the battery for the Buccos tonight.
Take a look at what Rob's done this year. Not a lot of experience, just 7 games and 12 innings. So he's getting the start tonight. I imagine we'll see a number of Cub pitchers this evening. They'll throw a lot of the bullpen at us.
And already time called before we start.
Yeah, the Cubs are kind of taking this series a little bit like a, just getting guys ready the way they've been making changes and sometimes pulling their starting players out after 5 innings, and some guys will stay in and play 9, getting certain pitchers coming out of the bullpen, a certain amount of work.
Getting Wilson Contreras to start in left, for instance.
So
guys at different positions.
Absolutely. So I think that's what we're probably going to see a lot of again tonight. Is would be my guess they have some guys in that bullpen that are quote unquote scheduled to go out and get some work in. Now, nothing is etched in stone. It'll probably be affected by game flow a little, but still, you would think that they'll see a lot of pitchers.
Yeah, Tim Fedorovich getting a start. Stella, the leadoff man tonight. So yeah, not going to be their postseason type lineup. That's a strikeout. But Zastryzny going to be part of a bullpen game for the Cubs. Starter in the minor leagues, but making his first official major league start tonight.
No adjustments is this for our Rivers Casino tips to win is just what we're talking about. Excuse me. There will be no making adjustments for the hitters tonight. They'll see one guy and then another guy and then another guy and a different guy every time they come to the plate. So you can't really, have those 3 at bats against one. Maybe okay now the 3rd at bat. I've seen everything he's got, and you're on him then. That'll be tough tonight. We won't see that. Be no adjustments. You got to get it done right away. And the second thing there, we talked about a little bit there in the first inning about Nova. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. We would love to see him, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see him finish very strong tonight.
Josh Bell is the second out. Yeah, great start for Nova. And the guy doesn't even get a start after hitting for the cycle last night. I thought maybe they figure out a way to get him in there. Trying to work a whole bunch of guys in the lineup, but hitting for the cycle last night in 4 plate appearances.
Well, I got to believe because of all the different pitchers we're going to see tonight from the Cubs, he'll be in there at some point.
Oh yeah. Andrew McCutchen batting with the bases clear. I was amazed to look in the media guide today to find out that since the 40s, only Jason Kendall is for a cycle here in Pittsburgh. So if you come out to the ball game and you want to see a special moment like that, it hasn't happened very often for the Pirates, at least.
I was talking to Greg about that last night too. I was a little surprised thinking of the dimensions of Forbes Field. It's so deep in center field. That kind of a ballpark should give up a lot of triples, and you would have thought that Forbes Field would have been a great place for cycles in the old days. But
thinking about the home runs, though, unless you hit them down the lines more, right?
Yeah.
So, Jaso, first one ever at PNC Park, visitor or Pirate. We've already got a placard in the press box commemorating last night's achievement. Bat going to the Hall of Fame.
The dimensions nowadays aren't quite as deep as you used to. Deepest spot is that out there by the bullpen. It's 410 and then a notch.
Left center.
A little tougher, I think, to get a triple now than when you used to have center field at 440 feet away, 450 some places.
Oh, there's that sign right there. Look at our Point Park tweets, and Bill Brink and Post Gazette bringing that to us. Yep. I mean, it happened last night. It's already up today. Cool moment.
Technology.
Printing and framing. And a walk to McCutchen. Pirates have the first base runner tonight. And John Jaso, I really liked his approach to it. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but you know, saying that he just loves to be able to play the game. Very fortunate to all players to be able to be in this position, whether the team is out of it or not. It just goes to show you that there are special moments throughout a year. Jaso catching a perfect game in a year where the Mariners didn't make the postseason. Here again, hitting for a cycle. A nice win last night. So
he's kind of a free spirit that just loves to play the game of baseball.
Yeah,
that's simple as that. Nothing more to it. And he appreciates the fact that he has the ability and, you know, the smarts to know how to do it and all that kind of stuff that you need to be a major leaguer. And he's been able to put that together, and he can play essentially a kid's game as an adult. There are some players that look at it like that, and some guys that
treat it more as a work or
yeah,
a job.
Or some guys all into their own stats. Jaso certainly is not one of those guys.
That one caught by LaStella at third. Hard hit. But the final out, and we're scoreless through an inning here tonight. Our Lowe's home field advantage, and Ivan Nova at home here at PNC Park. Look at that. As a Pirate, 5 very strong starts.
Definitely a home field advantage for Nova. Can't do a whole lot better than that. Well, look though, look, he's walked 2 guys here.
Not a lot of Lowe's for Nova. And thank you
guys,
to Terry and for Robbie and
Soulfield for the balls in the gum.
Oh wow, his 82 Topps card. That's pretty fun. I probably got that somewhere at home. I should go look that for it. There's a picture of Terry. That's wonderful. Yeah, there's the card. So that's wonderful. Well, just and there's Robbie. Happy haircut.
thank you.
Yeah.
Looks sharp today.
Sharper.
Look at that tie. Looking real good.
Yeah. There's Rick Sofield. Contreras. Mercer cannot get off the throw, so an infield hit. And speaking of Robbie, I heard you won a major award earlier today. Pirates president Frank
Look at that. Something for the mantle. How about that?
This is, he always asks whether he has been the employee of the month, and finally he wins that award. Congratulations, Robbie.
Great job, Robbie.
I have to tell a very quick story. It's a long-standing joke. They always give out at the end of the month the All-Star Awards, and employees around the ballpark from different places are giving awards. So I always joke with them, hey, can I win the Employee of the Month? Why didn't I win this month? So it was an ongoing joke, and I had no idea they were going to do this tonight. So special thanks go out to Chuck Miller with PNC Park Operations for doing that, and Frank, Coonley, Dennis DePrey, Bob Nutting, all those guys for playing on. But in all seriousness, Annette Murtaugh, who works in the clubs and suites here at PNC Park, won the All-Star of the Year award. It's a big prize package that she wins. They do great work around here, and the Pirates do a great job of honoring everybody who makes this game day experience such a good one here for many, many years. 16 years here at PNC Park, but really cool stuff tonight, and a very funny joke on their part. I won, by the way, the award for Best Pirates Sideline Reporter on TV, they said.
Wow.
That's
well,
what I win.
sorry, Dan.
I happen to be the only one. DP fills in for a couple, but I'm very flattered.
Well, congratulations, Robbie. And you know what, I've always, and I'll second what Robbie said, as a visiting broadcaster before, and again this year now, seeing this happen every day, I've loved how the Pirates will bring out on a monthly basis the folks that are working here every day that, you know, aren't in front of the lights like we are, or maybe out down on the field playing the game. Those guys are so very important to the fan experience, whether it's behind the scenes or an usher like Phil Coyne, who's out there greeting people and helping their experience. 98 years old. This is what it's all about, the whole ballpark experience, and the Pirates really get it. And no one's better than Phil.
It is a great group of employees here that just make it, as you said, not coming to a baseball game, but a baseball experience. The whole thing about PNC Park, it's a destination for baseball fans, not only in Western PA, but really all around the country. Everywhere we go, people ask us about the park, and they've heard nothing but wonderful things from people they know that have gone, and they tell us we can't wait to go and experience it ourselves. And you know, some of that is the actual you know, the structure itself. PNC Park is just a beautiful place with the river and the city and everything, but it is as much the people that work here as all that other stuff that make it such a great experience.
The best part, I think, too, is when you hear the people that say that they've been there, they can't wait to go back.
Yep.
And that's a testament to everyone that they come in contact with, whether it's picking up a ticket from the window, someone friendly greeting them there, all the way down along the line, someone serving them something nice to eat, or a guy hitting for a cycle. All those things are great. Nova out in front of Tim Fedorovich. I'll tell you what, if you like the great game Scrabble, quite the battery for the Cubs tonight. You need all your blanks with Sestrizny and Fedorovich.
A lot of points there, huh?
To center and deep enough to score Contreras, so the Cubs will open up with the lead tonight. RBI number 3 for Fedorovich. And Caesar remains at first. Here's Kawasaki. 294 since being called up.
Got to take that little shallow ball to left field away from him. He tries to slap that ball basically over the third baseman's head, and you can see how shallow that the Pirates are playing him.
Sean Rodriguez playing way in.
You got to guard the line a little bit also.
Instead, he'll go up the middle. And Caesar gets on the third. He's trying for 2, and Kawasaki is in. They hustle double. So 3 Cubs hits here in the second inning, and they've threatened it here again with 2 outs.
Well, that was a hustle double. Off the bat, this doesn't look like a two-bagger. You can see it. Just a ground ball through the infield.
And at 35, still some good wheels.
Yeah. Oh, he was running hard right from the start where he made that double.
He had his eyes on two bases from the beginning.
That's kind of, you know, baseball, that a baseball player that kind of stands out. They're playing in a game that really is kind of a practice game for them. You know, they're trying just to get things ready. You see Kawasaki get a ground ball base hit and just bust out of that box and turn it into two bases.
Well, a lot of the guys that are in the lineup today are either Cubs players.
Yeah, they're normally not out there. You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah, they're trying to either maybe get a starting job or maybe some more playing time, or even just being on the roster next year for the Cubs or another team.
An older guy like Kawasaki, look what I can still do. My legs are still fresh enough, even at my age, to turn a ground ball single into a double.
David Ross is going to be retiring at the end of the year. Rob Strisny down on strike, so Nova limits him to a run. And we're through an inning and a half. 1-0 Chicago. T-Mobile, greater coverage of baseball, and Jason Hamill scratched from his start tomorrow against the Reds, having a good season for the Cubs, and Daniel Murphy will not play until the postseason. For the Nationals, who have had some tough injuries here down the stretch, they've won the division, but now can they win in the postseason? Well, that's up to the team doctors and their players' health. And no better look than that in the game of baseball. We are treated to one last game here of the season. Starting to feel a little bit more like fall. You got to have that little sweatshirt on tonight.
Yeah, it's a little
light jacket.
A little chill in the air, a little wind blowing. Perfect as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Light breeze. Sean Rodriguez there, just kind of meandering breeze in tonight with some rain in and around the area, but not quite around our parts. Average up to 274 now for Sean Rodriguez. Picked a good time to get hot.
Not just that batting average either.
Yeah.
He's hitting a pretty hard 274. Look how nice it is up there. There's like a little breeze blowing. It's perfect.
Troy and Scott seem like they're nice and toasty, with all
nice
that breeze and cool air and potential rain.
You got the
Troy.
You got the heat from Manny's coming up there. Manny's barbecue.
Smells so good it makes you hungry.
Yeah, it's like it's being out camping thing over there.
But not being able to eat or step away if you need to.
Yeah, you can't step away, that's for sure.
Those guys are great. Hey, let's take a look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders for tonight. The teams that have the best winning percentage against lefty starters. And the Pirates are tops in baseball. But look at that, 29 games, that's it. That is also, if it's not the fewest, it's among the fewest games played against lefty starters. So if only teams were so kind enough to throw some more southpaws against the Buccos, maybe they would have gotten a few more wins this year. Who knows?
How many of them is there? Like, what is it? 10%? If people are left-handed.
I don't know. You got all the numbers.
No, I have no numbers.
You just came up with one.
That's just I threw that out there to be corrected. Somebody was going to say no, it's 12, or no, it's 15, or no, it's 8. You know. But if it was flipped over and the other side of things, then yeah, we'd be having a great year.
Let's see, Gary, our stage manager, left or right-handed? Are you left or right-handed? Right-handed? Okay.
Right-handed.
I remember I'm right-handed. All right, so 0%.
It's 100% up here.
Informal poll of people that I can ask. Yeah, but it's a small minority, right? So, but obviously, well, let's see, Robbie, left or right-handed?
I am in the left-handed group as well. Thank you.
Now it's up to 25%.
You know, I think I would have figured that.
David Freese down on strikes.
I would have known you, Robbie, were left-handed.
Yeah, there you go, right there. See it, right?
That's your
4-color pen.
4-color pen.
Well, I think whatever the national average is in baseball, it's got to be more than that, right? Because
I would think so, because
lefties-
you force some lefties out there in certain spots. You're always looking for that lefty pitching to get the good lefty hitter out. So yeah, I would think it's more than the national average.
Alan Hansen in his second big league start. He went. Mark Carlson says so. There's Pirates got 8 lefties in their bullpen, so
way more than the national average.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lefty. There's a lefty. There's another lefty. Yeah, so baseball, whatever the number is, baseball's probably got a few more.
Lefties are always in demand for pitching.
Well, most guys growing up, they probably don't face too many left-handers, right?
No, because of the national average is down. So get a few more of them up here at this level, as you said.
La Stella. That's the speedy Hansen. Pirates down in order against the Strisny. Still 1-0 Chicago.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network. Health for all. By Bordas and Bordas, official legal partners of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Visit BordasLaw.com. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Third inning here on tap in the home finale. And Ivan Nova set to work to the top of the order. Well, Root Sports intern Susie Cool also works down on the field. Fielding the ground ball. She's up the right field line right now.
He's been a multi-time Gold Glove winner down the line.
Kevin Wheeler, who does not field ground balls, is he had the truck tonight. Soft pop out there.
My guess is Kevin probably is a pretty good baseball player also.
No confirmation, but JT is, we think, both those guys for
I would definitely
helping us out all year. Very much.
We were starting a softball game out here or something. I'd pick him on our team. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I've never seen him play, so I'll trust you. You can be the captain.
Neither have I. I'm just guessing.
Oh, okay. It's like when people say, "Hey, you look like a runner, Joe."
He looks like a ball player. Oh, you can fly.
If chased, maybe. Really good for that first step. That's it. Ivan Nova, 7-pitch first inning. Faced 6 batters in the second, but only threw 15 pitches. A lot of early outcomes in the at-bats.
That's one of the I guess you could almost call that a weapon that he has, is keeping that pitch count down.
You can host your next special event here at PNC Park. It's a perfect place for any event, and now's the time to book your holiday parties, so you can get your catering options available in the Lexus Club, the Pittsburgh Baseball Club, or Rivertown Brewing Hall of Fame Club at PNC Park. Go to pirates.com/PNC Park events for more information. And maybe you'll run into a couple of the Pirates.
And dress like a pirate. Dress like a pirate. Oh. Terry will find you and put you on.
Pirates in residence. And got to meet the Renegades of the Rotunda last night. Stopped by for post-game snack.
They're out in force, aren't they? Got the whole crew.
Yes. And congratulations to them winning the MLB Fans of the Year for the Pirates. They have so many great fans, and they were the winners. And Nova, another quick dispatching of the top of the order. But the Cubs, at the moment, have a 1-0 lead. lot of rain in and around the area, so Ryan Gorman, the crew chief, just trying to stay abreast of what's going on. Hey, let's look at our Allegheny Health Network injury update, and the Dodgers announcing that Hyun Jin Ryu having arthroscopic surgery on his left elbow this morning, his left pitching elbow, and the debridement cleaning up some damaged tissue, and hope he'll be ready for spring training next year, but still no guarantee for that. The Dodgers announcing their rotation for the postseason, and it's been decimated by injuries, but I think that's probably why they went out and got, what, 8 or 9 starters for the season.
Yeah, they just head down to the store and buy some more anytime they come up short. Yeah.
Odds are most of them, or half of them, don't last yet. So these days, with injuries the way they are, but Clayton Kershaw is healthy, and that's really the one guy you can't replace.
Yeah, there's some things they don't sell. You can't go buy a new Kershaw.
And Fryer with a broken bat base hit.
That was a very interesting play that Russell did. He broke right and then got turned around and had to move back to his left. Watch him head toward third. There he goes. And then that was a lot of English on that one, a lot of slice.
I don't think I've ever seen an infielder get the wrong jump on a ball.
The wind's blowing in a little bit in the hitter's face. So whatever spin was on that, it had even more effect than normal on that. Kind of like when you're on the tee box.
Well, yeah, holidays will be right around the corner. If you're good, Santa will bring you some of his nachos. A great American tradition. Nachos. That's a fair ball right in front of home plate. And everyone's going to be safe.
Fair ball and a poor throw.
FedEx didn't deliver that one there. That's his nickname. Fedorovich.
They got an easy double play. I mean, that ball's right there. I mean, look where Nova was when he picked that up. He had plenty of time. All he had to do was make sure his throw beat Fryer. And they had all day then to throw back at first.
Should have had 2 outs, instead 2 on.
He hurried himself into an error.
There allows Fryer to reach, and a fielder's choice time at bat for Nova. Got to feel good when you hit the ball 2 inches and get on base.
Yeah, when that ball goes straight down and hits that soft dirt and just lays there, that's got to be a bad feeling once it happens. Until you see the catcher throw it away.
No further advance.
A nice block of that one.
Fedorovich is the Cubs' 4th catcher, so a lot of these guys who are called up for September getting to start here tonight. Chris Bryant getting the night off. David Ross.
Ross hasn't played the series, right?
I have not seen him. And usually catches John Lester. We have seen Rizzo, but not tonight. Trying to get something going against Strizny. And the Pirates have loaded the bases.
They've done it in an ingenious way, but they are loaded.
Well, Strizny in his first major league start. It's going to give him a few innings. Started in the minor leagues this year. Born in Edmonton, Alberta.
He's actually pitched pretty well up to this point.
Moved to Texas at age 1 and played with Trevor Gretzky in the minor leagues, Wayne Gretzky's son. So for a guy whose parents grew up in Edmonton, and
pretty cool. In the oil business.
Yeah.
Edmonton and Texas.
Going deep out to right, and Fryer will score on the sac fly by Josh Bell.
Yeah, nice job by Bell lifting that one up to the outfield.
Santa got a gift.
Well, Bell was good. He'll get something underneath the tree.
So tied at 1.
Pretty much right down the middle.
Only 1 out now, and here's Andrew McCutchen, who walked his first time. Bell's 19th run batted in. Might be 2. And it is. Well, the Pirates do get a run, but can benefit no more. And we'll see if the Pirates do want to take a look. We'll call off the dogs, and we'll go on to the 4th. Now tied at 1.
It's time for the Toyota RAV4th inning. The all-wheel drive RAV Hybrid has performance that will make you rethink hybrid. Let's go Bucks!
Well, the old man is not snoring. Other than that, that's what we got for you tonight. It's not pouring either. It's raining though. And so far, Brian Gorman says, let's continue. A lot of folks heading for cover in the seats, many staying put. Wilson Contreras will start it off for the Cubs. He scored their lone run. Probably easier to pitch in the rain when it first starts, right? Your pant leg's still dry.
Yeah, it doesn't affect you as long as the footing is okay. For me, anyway, that was all it was about.
Hanson able to knock that ball down, but it's an infield single again for Contreras.
As long as your plant foot hits and sticks and doesn't move, then the rain really is not an issue for the pitcher. It becomes more of an issue, I think, for the hitter.
some good range just to knock that down.
He's got some quickness. Real fast.
I was surprised. Thought that ball was going to get through. Hansen in his second major league start.
Oh, quick he bounced off the ground. Right back to his feet.
The Pirates said that they want to get a look at some of the younger guys after being eliminated prior to the game Wednesday. So Hansen probably see him most, if not all, the games in St. Louis. And the way that injuries and some of the young guys' effectiveness has transpired, we're seeing a lot of the younger guys anyway, even when the Pirates were still in the throes of the race.
Absolutely. We've been seeing young guys now for a month and a half.
Yeah, Jameson Taillon on the right there, including his very good season yesterday. And by contrast for the Cubs, not all rookies. In Baez's case, not a rookie, but still they got a lot of young guys that are going to be part of this postseason bunch. Baez is 23. We're seeing more and more of that too. Young guys playing more significant roles, sometimes even off the bench, or to fill out bullpens, for instance, whereas maybe before we saw more veteran guys filling those roles.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a trend or not. It definitely is something that, I think you have. It's the mark of a good minor league system when you can have youngsters come up and
Did he go?
Do that sort of thing. I better check it.
No appeal.
Got plenty of pine tar on there. Shouldn't have let it go.
Ground bat to short.
Pine tar on the helmet, pine tar on the bat, none on the hands.
Yeah, everywhere but those batting gloves. Good little breaking ball there too. Yeah, he's got it all crusted up on that helmet there.
It's waterproofing.
You're such a sap. So Contreras, a couple of steals over there. Not really major threat to run unless you ignore him. That's Caesar with a base hit his first time. That rain is stopped for now. And that'll be the only out. Contreras didn't have time to stray too far. Two down in the fourth.
All right, off the very end of that bat, last inch.
Tim Fedorovich with a sac fly, driving in the Cubs run. Gets stopped by Fryer. Contreras will try him, and he's safe. It'll be a wild pitch.
Not sure Fryer heard anybody say there he goes. Otherwise, when he picks the ball up, he like hesitates before he throws it. See how he picked the ball up and then looked? Nobody yelled. You could hear they yelled he's going after he had already taken off, and that by that time Fryer had got the ball and was looking for himself. The catcher needs a lot of help there. I mean, that's the, if you're sitting over on that bench watching the game, I mean, yell loud as you can. There he goes. First baseman has to do that also. Just scream it out. So when that catcher's picking up that baseball, he already knows. He doesn't have to look. He already knows. I got to throw it. I just heard him say, there he's going.
Comebacker. And that ends the inning. The hit and the man left. Still tied at 1. Ready for the Pens' 50th anniversary season with 50 hours of Penguins programming on Root Sports. Starting Monday, we're bringing you classic games, Stanley Cup celebrations, and unforgettable moments both off the ice and on. Every night leading up to October 13th. It all starts Monday at 7 with our kickoff show and the Pens' 2016 Stanley Cup win and celebration right here on Root Sports. Our UPMC scoreboard here. Bottom of the 4th coming up, tied at 1. Francisco Cervelli in among the mix. Trying not to use him the rest of the year after that left hand is so beaten up.
He's still giving advice on the scoreboard, even though he's not in the game.
Penn's starting up soon. Yeah, I just enjoyed what Cervelli did, trying to hang in there as best he could, and it's starting 6 out of 7 games basically every week, all banged up, while the Pirates still had a shot, even a remote shot at the postseason.
And now he needs to heal up and ready for spring training.
Good to see Jung Ho Kang finish the year healthy. I was thinking about that with Tyone yesterday. You know, an injury concern. Last 2 years, of course, didn't pitch. Kang here, you know, who knows how he was going to come back from that horrific injury. And you know, here toward the tail end of the year, that stretch where he was playing most every day, that was great to see. Imagine what he'll be able to do next year when instead of rehabbing in the offseason, he can just build strength and maintain. There's Tyone, who really impressed me with being able to pitch the entire season. Pitched yesterday's final game. Accumulated 160 some innings. Deep but playable, and Alamora has the first out.
He was able to pitch at the big league level and not only just, you know, kind of get through it and survive or whatever, but pitched extremely well up here. So there's going to be a ton of confidence, I think, in that when he goes to spring training next year. You know, knowing, I was talking about this a little bit with the guys on the pregame show, that You know, everybody with Tyone's pedigree, you know, the star type prospects that come up, they all have confidence. They all, you know, they've always been great wherever they've been. But until you get up here and actually do it, there might be that little bit of thought in your mind. Okay, here I am. You know, the big leagues. Is this going to be okay? Can I get this done? And now Tyone, I mean, he's going to be sitting there this winter thinking, not only did I get it done, I can be really good at this level. So I bet you he won't be able to wait to get the spring training and get his season started. Hopefully coach a couple hundred innings, 32 starts, and do it in a great way.
And don't forget, for next season, deposits now being accepted, so you can get on board as a season ticket member for 2017. You can personalize your membership, lock in the best seats to all the games, plus you get VIP benefits, special events, discounts, ticket exchange privileges. Go to pirates.com/2017. And you get to meet the parent. Wait, that's not. Those are cool hats, though.
Those hats will come in handy here, son.
Freeze shoots one up the middle for a base hit.
It gets a little cooler.
Garrett Cole will be healthy and ready to go. Probably will get the ball in Boston to begin the season. And that's going to be it for Zastryzny in his first major league start. Goes 3 2/3 tonight here in a tie ball game.
Telecast is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And we've had a little bit of rain showers here. Not raining. Oh, no, it is again. It's been raining on and off tonight. So might as well have a little plastic on you. Dalton just turned 6. Cake, candles, presents, Marte jersey, tickets at the game. Just got to meet Starling, hang around. Maybe stop by between innings or after the game.
Starling was down where the dugout signing earlier. See Travis Wood into the game. We knew this was going to happen, that the bullpen was going to have a night. Kind of expected it maybe after 3 innings. So Travis Wood coming in here with a couple outs already on the board in the 4th.
All right, it's raining again. Get your poncho on. One pitch, 1 out. And that does it for the Buccos in the 4th. Through 4 innings in the home finale, 9-1. And for some college football as the Pitt Panthers kick off against the Marshall Thundering Herd under the lights at Heinz Field. And don't miss any of the action live this Saturday starting at 7:30 right here on Root Sports. Yeah, starting to feel a little bit like fall, right? It's cooling off.
All you need is a nice ice cream cone.
Maybe two.
Be fine.
A couple of ice cream cones, some rain. George Clooney here tonight. Good to see him. Everybody's here taking in the game tonight. Yeah, that's what books are for. Von Nova, a crisp 4-inning outing so far. He's given up 3 infield singles and a double. And your Bob
if
Walker.
it rains like this for a little while,
Yeah.
now you get to where, okay, the front foot hits and slides a little bit. That's where it starts messing up your release point and location of your pitches. If you continue to rain like this, although I think it's already starting to lighten up a little bit, and then that's where, like, every inning or so, you get the guys coming out there with the kitty litter, put that down, rub it into the dirt a little bit, try and give you a little bit better footing. Fastball right at the top of the zone.
Travis Wood, the pitcher. This is actually, I would imagine, by design that Joe Madden wanted to get him in at bat. He has pinch hit before, and he's even played the field in a pinch. He's hit 9 career home runs. And in the postseason, where all hands are on deck, right? Might have an extra inning game. Back when you have those tiny 25-man rosters. Remember those? I get the sprinkler out. Can't leave the sprinkler on when it's raining.
It's a little misty now, not too bad at all.
Stella 0 for 2. Down, and there's Nova. 1, 2, 3 frame. Bottom half coming up. Still knotted at 1. this one.
I had Cheese Chester.
Did you really? Oh. Well,
come on, Cheese. Come on, Cheese.
Oh, a photo finish.
We're going to have to go to New York for this.
Well, it's going to be a minute. So we'll let you know when we know. Saul? Saul? All right, look at our Allegheny Health Network Supermo, and
it is.
Wow.
Oh, Cheese had the hand out there. Does the hand count?
Who's it going to be? Hard to know. I think they ruled Saul.
The ruling was Saul?
I believe. There might be some dispute. Maybe next year's first race will be played in protest.
Most likely.
Maybe appropriate leadoff batter for the Pirates after the pierogi race, Eric Fryer. Ball to strike. Facing Wood for the first time. Got a base hit against Rob Sestrisny.
Must be a wood-fired stove.
Yeah, there'll be time for that pretty soon. Leaves just starting to change a little bit.
It's firewood season.
And on a rainy night, hopefully you got yours under cover. Russell, first out. Look at another Point Park tweet, and Joe Klimchak, who is the ballpark announcer here at PNC Park. They huddle right before.
Just another reason why we love sports.
Yeah.
A nice one.
That's fantastic. Joe does such a great job announcing the race.
He keeps it exciting.
Two strikes on Nova. Just dried off his bat for a moment there. Nova done okay for an American League pitcher coming over, but depending on who he's playing for next year, if it is a National League team, if it is the Pirates, he'll be getting some more ABs. Don't get too many over the AL. Handled by Baez for the second out. 2 up and 2 down in the Pirates' 5th inning. Look at our day automotive this day in Pirates history. Back in '78, the Bucks sweeping a doubleheader from the Phillies, and Kent Colvey earning the win in each game. In game 1, he pitched the final 2 innings in relief of Bert Blyleven. Ed Ott with the game-winning RBI triple, and then in the nightcap, following Bruce Keeson and Grant Jackson with an inning and a third, and Warren Brewster walked home scrap iron Phil Garner with the winning run in the bottom half of that game.
That obviously was in the old days. Pitched twice in the same day, more than an inning.
We saw Mark Melancon earn a save in both ends of a doubleheader for the Pirates this year, but that's just your standard inning.
Yeah. The closer comes in a closing situation in the 9th inning.
Games can be won and lost earlier than that.
And they frequently are.
Yeah. Also on this date, back in 1990, Robert V. Walk with a 4-hitter complete game shutout win over Bob Tewksbury in St. Louis. And do you know how Bob Tewksbury was removed from the game?
No, how was he removed from the game?
He was removed after your RBI double in the 7th inning.
Yeah, makes sense.
Knocked him out.
Yeah.
So your hit knocked
Get
him
out of here.
Yeah.
Just one of the hundreds of doubles I collected.
Hundreds, huh?
Hundreds, probably. Well, maybe a few less.
I don't have that stat in front of me, but I'll take your word for it.
I think, if I remember right, that was the day before we clinched in 1990. I think we clinched it the next night, or the next day. It was a day game.
Almora with the final out. Pirates go down in order in the 5th. Final day here at PNC Park. Get your pierogies. Some of the great moments of the home finale here. It's music from Switchfoot coming to Stage AE on October 12th on our UPMC scoreboard, tied at 1 through 5 innings. And Brian Gorman talking things over between innings. The rain has intensified a little bit. Now,
yes, it has.
If you've got one team in the lead after 5 innings, you can have an official game, but it being tied right now complicates matters. Now the Cubs have nothing for which to play in terms of postseason positioning. Neither do the Pirates, but you try to,
I think, in this,
draw the game to a conclusion. And we've seen the rain start and stop several times.
I mean, I don't think the score is going to make much difference to them tonight. I think they will go ahead and the umpires will call it a night if things start getting slick out there. And they won't care there's a 1-1 game if it starts getting slick.
Yeah. And this is the hardest it's rained all night. We've had some light rain in the last couple of innings, light to moderate rain.
The win or a loss means nothing to either club.
A nice play by Freese to stay with it and tag Almora for the out. David Freese doing a nice job over there at first base this year. And that rain may be affecting the throw a little bit.
That's what maybe the umpires thought.
And sure enough, they're going to bring the tarp out here. Yeah, it's raining harder than it has all night. This is more than probably we normally see play continuing through. So we're going to have a rain delay here tonight with 1 out in the 6th inning. And the grounds crew, I've done that many times before. That is not fun when it's already raining.
It looks like fun.
Well, because your heart's racing a mile a minute. You're trying to get it all out there. And then you got to make sure, if it's windy like it is tonight, that it doesn't blow, askew or get anybody caught in it. That happens sometimes.
It looks like it would have been fun like maybe 20 years ago. It wouldn't be fun for me now. I'd be.
Yeah, I was doing it in my 20s in the minor leagues, so much easier to watch it from up here now. But those guys do a fantastic job. You got to get that air underneath it.
Got to float it.
It's tough to do. That thing weighs a lot more than you think.
Especially with guys still on it.
But they're going to do a great job of getting it lined up and out there as quickly as possible. Keep that field playable if that rain does leave us. Then we can continue having some baseball. The home finale here at PNC Park encounters a rain delay. So we invite you to stick with us as we've got a tie game in the 6th. The guys coming in for a moment, and we'll step aside and keep you updated as when we come back, we'll have a special edition of Inside Pirates Baseball upcoming, and then hopefully more baseball between the Pirates and the Cubs here from PNC Park.